ask you something tough. Are you actually living the life that you deserve, or are you just settling for something because it's comfortable? And I'm asking you this because the majority of people in their life just accept things that are just good enough and not great. And they do this without even noticing. And listen, deep down, you know if you're just settling. And it could be that it's the job that just doesn't keep you happy anymore, or a routine that doesn't fulfill you. But either way, there is something in your life that is keeping you stagnant, and you know deep down that you are just settling for what's okay and not what you deserve. And listen, I get it. I've been there. So many people stay in this position just simply because it's comfortable. And honestly, it's hard to get out of this. Once you're in your comfort bubble, it's impossible to find yourself getting out of it. Now, I feel like the majority of people, you most likely just settled for a more comfortable version of your life. And that is okay, because a majority of us have been through that. However, if you are just settling, you are holding yourself back. No one else, you yourself are holding yourself back from living the life that you need to live. In today's video, we are going to go into why we settle, the real cost of it, and how we can take control of our life starting today. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Hannah, and a majority of the time I make self-development videos, so if you're into that, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And as usual, my beautiful angels have split the video into sections and chapters along the bottom, so skip to whatever you feel is necessary for you. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Section 1 is identifying where you're settling. Now we're going to start with a pretty broad question for you guys. Where do you think in your life you are settling? And I understand this is a huge question to be asking you, but it is important to know what is holding you back, where you are settling, so we are able to pinpoint that and start to take action immediately. Now, it could be your career, your relationships, your health, your mindset. It could be in any aspect, any category, but pause the video if you need to, but really just think about where it could be a multitude of things as well. It doesn't just have to be one sort of section that just, holds you back. And for me personally, I used to accept certain areas of my life and think, oh yeah, this is good enough. But let me tell you, good enough is not good enough. And honestly, I think a lot of people use it good enough, like my life is okay, my life is going good, as an excuse, because it is not the standard. It just shouldn't be the standard, really. And truthfully, the moment you do say that it's good enough, like your life is fine, your relationship's fine, oh, I don't need to improve my health, it's fine. Okay, the moment you say good enough means that you've already admitted to giving up. So ask yourself, what parts of your life have you been ignoring or have you been coasting through? Guys, this is really annoying me. My hair is just sticking out and it's very annoying. Now, like I said, it could literally be anything. It could be a job that doesn't inspire you, or a relationship that doesn't lift you up. Or it could be habits that just keep you in a cycle of comfort instead of pushing you forward, which I think that, your routine and your habits should be pushing you forward, should be helping you achieve and strive for more in your life. But if you feel like you're nodding along, and that could be physical or in your head, like you feel like, yes, I agree, there are certain things that are holding me back in my life, that are keeping me stagnant. Or it could be like, that feeling in your gut, that just drop in your stomach and you realize that this video is for you, then there is a part of you, my darling, that knows that you're settling. And awareness is so powerful, because being aware of especially if you're on a self-development journey, being aware of certain aspects of your life allows you to put that first step forward. It allows you to make that change and really start on your growth. And it also allows you to acknowledge the situation. Section 2 is why we settle and the damage it does. Now, let's talk about why we settle. Now, I would like to put a disclaimer out there. Every single one of us have our own reasons for things, okay? But for me personally, I'm talking in a broad sort of general consensus, and I would like to get that out there. Now, why do we settle? I think a lot of people have this misconception. It's that because we are lazy or we're incapable, but truthfully, it's not that. From what I've seen and what I've observed from myself and other people, it's usually fear. We are so scared of moving forward, of getting out of that kind of comfort cycle and moving ourselves forward. It's that fear of failure, fear of rejection, or even the fear of stepping into the unknown, because, as humans, we like to kind of predict things, okay? We don't like to have the unknown in front of us. And a lot of the time we convince ourselves that we are safer where we are, which ultimately means that we are giving up on our dreams. And this could be stopping you from creating that business you've always wanted, from taking up that degree you've always wanted to do, to retaking a class that you wanted to do in high school. But here's the truth, settling isn't harmless, it's costing you. Every time that you decide that you're gonna settle, that you decide that what you have at the moment is good enough, means that you are choosing to let go of your potential. You are choosing to give up on opportunities that could elevate your life, that could give you so much growth and potential. And settling costs you more than just time. It costs you self-confidence, your dreams, and your self-respect. And really and truly, I want you to think about the things you've missed out on. Every time you've decided to stay quiet, think about it. Think about what you've missed out on, the times that you've decided to avoid a challenge, to make an excuse, to stay silent in a situation. What have you missed in your life? And this also links to a video I just made on procrastination, because truthfully, you miss out on so much just because you're holding yourself back. And that's why I wanted to make this video, just because it links so well onto procrastination. As I was saying, anytime that you make an excuse, anytime that you avoid challenges, stay silent, that is also a form of you settling. And I want to be clear with you, settling is a choice, okay? Just like growth is a choice, settling is a choice. It is only up to you, no one else. No matter how much I can talk to you guys, no matter what experiences I share or what advice I could give you, it's all dependent on you, on whether or not you want to actually make a change to your life. Station 3 is taking ownership and steps to stop settling. So how do we break out of this cycle of settling? So I'm going to give you guys some tips, because you know in every video I talk about, I almost literally most of the time give you guys tips and tricks to help you, because I don't want to just waffle at you. I want to actually give you ways that you can start to impact it into your day to help you. Now, these steps are gonna be pretty simple, because like I always say, simplicity is normally the remedy in your self-development journey. I always say this, I think too many people overcomplicate things and make things far too complicated, when I think most of the time it's just the simple steps that you need to take in your journey. So step 1 is visualize your ideal self. First, you have to know what you're aiming for. So close your eyes, imagine what you want. Imagine you already achieving that. So when you're closing your eyes, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Who are the people surrounding you? And like, what are you doing every day? And what does your environment feel like? Now, when you imagine yourself in these sort of steps and situations, then it kind of pushes you to kind of go ahead and reach for your goals. And a tip for doing this is, even if you're speaking it out loud, speak as though you already have it. Manifestation is such a powerful thing, so speak as though you already have it. Not that you are going to get it, you already have it in your existence. And I want to be clear, because a lot of people think that, oh my god, I'm just telling you to dream big, No, it's about giving yourself clarity, because you can't stop settling unless you have a clear vision of what you actually want, because then there's no drive, okay? If you don't have a drive, you're not gonna even be bothered to start to strive for things that you want. Get a vision that makes you feel excited, something that is big but it's possible. Step 2 is raise standards and set boundaries. And I feel like in every video I managed to incorporate boundaries one way or another, but I say this every single time. Okay, boundaries are so important. Like, I feel like it's so hard to talk about a topic without including them. But one thing I have learned is that a lot of people tend to settle for things just because they have very low standards for themselves. They've set those low standards for themselves. So raise those standards, decide what is acceptable to you and what's not acceptable to you. And maybe you're used to accepting mediocrity. Is it mediocrity? I think it's mediocrity. But that stops now. You need to start setting boundaries around your time, your energy, your goals. And if something isn't helping you grow, let it go. I think so many people just allow things to happen in their lives. So for example, with friendship boundaries, I think, especially if you're in high school, that you just allow people in your life just because, you don't want to be seen as like a loner, because, you just want to have people surrounding you. So you tend to put up with all the horrible, nasty things that people tend to do in high school. And a lot of the time that does come from your friends. Those snide little comments and remarks, they come from your friends. But you put up with it because that is what you know, you don't want to be alone, and that's just kind of you settling in life. And this could be for anything. This could apply to your career, your relationship with your other half. It could be to do with anything, okay guys? But if you set those boundaries for yourself, trust me, you are gonna allow yourself to grow so much. I am honestly, like, you can tell I'm so passionate about this. You are gonna genuinely let yourself grow so much. And when you start to cut off all that dead weight on you, you're gonna feel yourself just be able to breathe and just focus on yourself. Step 3 is to take small, consistent actions. Big changes don't just happen overnight, okay? But every change that you see with a person starts with a small action. So don't overwhelm yourself with a massive plan. Take it one step at a time. And it could be as simple as starting to want to focus on your health. So you're going to the gym, you start in the gym, you go on your first day, you're exhausted, you're tired, you go, this isn't made for me, because you decide to do a really big workout, okay? And then that puts you off from the gym, and you just kind of cancel the self-development journey. You're like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna sit back and relax and go back to my old ways. That is not how it works, okay? Now, if you can do 5 minutes and that's all you can do the 5 minutes, okay? But don't overexert yourself and make yourself feel so exhausted and tired to the point that you don't want to do anymore. To the point that you think, okay, yeah, that's it. That was a negative experience for me. And even if it was a negative experience, why are you canceling out already? Okay? Life is going to be filled with negative experiences, okay? If anything, those experiences are going to help you grow, okay? They're going to add to you. They're gonna give you so much wisdom, so much experience in life. So why would you just like cancel because of it? It just doesn't make any sense. Is it because you're scared? Because let me tell you, everyone is scared. Everyone is scared, okay? And a lot of people on a self-development journey are scared. And the people that seem like they already have their life together, you know, the YouTubers that seem like, oh my god, they've already achieved everything in their self-development journey, they're still scared, okay? Because they're still growing, okay? Everyone has room to grow. They're still growing. And commit to one action a day that aligns with your vision. Literally, it's just one thing that aligns with your vision. Maybe it's working out. Maybe it's studying. Maybe it's building on a new habit. Or it could even be networking. But small steps lead to huge transformations, okay? And also taking these small steps will help in the long run. If you decide to do a big change, that's not going to last you very long, okay? Max I'll give it is maybe a week if that. Section 4 is the power of self-worth and breaking free. Let me give you the real tea, okay? And truthfully, it might hit with a lot of you, but the reason a lot of us settle is because we don't think we deserve more. And I know that hits hard with some of you guys, because a lot of us think that we don't deserve more. Why should we deserve more? And we settle deep down because we know we are not worthy of happiness or success, or even the greatness that comes with that success. But self-worth is everything, okay? Because if you don't respect yourself first, no one's gonna respect you. And this also goes the same, like I talk about the same thing with self-love. You know, how can you even think about loving someone else if you cannot love yourself first? And people are not gonna love you if you also can't love yourself. And if you continue to not believe that you accept more in life, then trust me when I tell you, you are not gonna get more in life. And you're gonna keep accepting less. You're just gonna allow for the bare minimum, maybe even less than the bare minimum, to keep coming into your life. And I think so many people get this confused, because so many people think, oh my god, this is arrogance, okay? This is all arrogance, narcissism, whatever you want to name it, okay? But it's not. It's about realizing, it's about acknowledging that you have value, that you are capable of achieving so many amazing, great things in your life. So if you want to start raising your standards, start raising your perception of yourself, start raising what you expect of yourself, and start raising your opinion of yourself. Practice self-respect daily, and this can be in forms of, you know, really pampering yourself, journaling, taking care of your health, even learning something new just to keep your brain going. But that is how you build self-worth, by showing up for yourself consistently. Because honestly, you more than likely show up for other people more than you would show up for yourself. So why are you showing up for other people when you're not even showing up for yourself? Other people do not deserve your time because you cannot focus on yourself. Once you are able to give yourself all the time and energy that you need, that's when you can go and start helping other people. When you believe in yourself, settling stops being an option. When you believe in yourself, settling just stops being an option. It's not even a factor you consider anymore. And you're going to start to realize that every decision you make reflects on how much you respect yourself. So all I'm going to say is choose wisely. Section 5 is my personal story on how I took control back on my life. Almost in every video I do try and have a segment where I talk about my personal story, just because I think it helps allow you guys to sort of see that I have also dealt with these experiences, and I do honestly try and help you because I've been through it. And honestly, I feel like that when people watch my videos, I feel like I'm talking to my siblings, or I'm trying to help a really close dear friend of mine. So I am more than happy to share personal stories and experiences. I know sometimes some creators don't want to, just because they don't want their personal life out there, and that's completely fine. But for me, I feel like I can tell you guys anything, which I think is a really special relationship with you guys. So towards the start of uni, I had a wake-up call. So initially, my life was boring, to say the least. And there was a time when I was literally okay with, oh, my life is fine. It's okay. It's going good. And I was okay with that because my life is predictable. I mean, it was comfortable. But like I said, it was honestly very, very boring. But okay, I think I'm also quite blessed that my uni was in London. So I was able to see so many people around me just work on themselves, develop themselves, hustling to get that kind of whatever aspirations they had in mind. So I think I was very blessed to be in that situation, to have my eyes open. But also the uni I went to, we had a lot of ambitious people that wanted to achieve so much, that wanted so much from the world. And when I finally saw this, when I opened my eyes and saw this, it made me realize, why am I settling? Or why am I just thinking, yeah, it's okay, man, it's okay. I got into the uni that I really wanted to get into, and I'm really, really happy. Like, what? I was literally shrinking myself to fit into a version of life that was not meant for me. So I think a lot of people have that eye-opening experience of like, oh yeah, I know what I realized from seeing people on social media. But I think most of my social media was kind of taken up by people I knew from high school, just posting them clubbing, drinking, and all that. But that life is not for me. I don't think it very much appeals to me. It doesn't seem like very fulfilling. And so I never really was attached to that. I kind of just went and let it go over my head. So no judgment if that is what opened your eyes. But what happened was I was on the tube, and this lady, she's sending a voice note, right? And she's sending this voice note, and she's very loud. She's very loud, but she was saying something along the lines of, yeah, I finally left that job. It wasn't serving me. They didn't treat me right. I know what I deserve. I know what I need from this life, and it wasn't fulfilling everything I wanted. She was being very assertive with herself. Like, she knew what she needed. She knew what she wanted. And so she goes on to say, yeah, well, I quit that job and I applied somewhere else. And then she goes, I got my dream job. I got the job that I've always wanted to get. That was the ultimate goal for me. She goes, after this, I need to think of a new goal, because she goes, oh yeah, and I finally got the job abroad. And I think she got her job, was it in Australia? I can't remember. It begins with an A. But she goes, yeah, and it's in Australia or something like that. And she is so elated. You can tell she is so happy. She goes, yeah, I'm just about to go to the storage unit now. And she's sending this voice note. And I honestly hope she's doing so well, because she's the reason that I managed to open my eyes and realize, what the hell, I'm settling. Why am I settling? And why am I not expecting more from life? And so after that, I became more hyper aware. I saw so many people trying to achieve their dreams, trying to fulfill their life. And then I realized, I looked at myself and I went, why am I holding myself back? Why am I holding myself back? And so by the time I came home from uni, I had decided, I realized that I was done. I was done holding myself back. I was like, why am I gonna stop myself from achieving and deserving everything of this world? And I started to make changes, and not big changes, small consistent changes in my day. I raised my standards, I set my boundaries, and little by little I took control of my life. And if I could do it, so can you, because honestly, change starts within, and it starts with you. Section 6 is the call to action: make your choice today. So here's my challenge for you today. Sit down and decide one area of your life, just one, even if you have multiple, just one, because you tackle things one step at a time. So think about one thing that you're just settling for in life. And once you've done that, think about why you're done settling, why you want to stop settling that thing. And like I said, it could be anything. It could be relationships, health, career, whatever, you know, is stopping you. And commit to taking action with it. Even if it feels hard, just small dedicated steps towards it. And if you feel comfortable with it, comment down below what you are willing to choose to change. And by doing so, we can hold each other accountable, okay? And remember, you deserve more than just a comfortable life, okay? You deserve a fulfilling life. And settling is a choice, but so is greatness. I want you guys to be able to make the choice, and hopefully you choose greatness. Hopefully, my gorgeous angels, you guys have enjoyed the video today. As usual, I love having you guys here and I love making these videos for you. And I hope you all stay safe and healthy and happy. And make sure if you enjoyed this video to hit the subscribe button and the like button and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every single time I post. I typically post on Tuesdays and I post a short every single day. But for now, my lovely, lovely people, I will wish you all the best and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye!